Hi, Jack.
Hi, Remco.
It's nice that we're here, right? Thank you, Anwar, for organizing our little round here today. I brought coffee. Where's yours?
I'm all right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we wanted to talk this morning a little bit about the starter program, which is something that we've had for about a year now at GANT. We started last summer in July. Um, for the simple reason that we thought that it would be great to educate as many people in marketing as we can. And we've seen that a lot of the companies, agencies, consultants that we've worked with in the past or within companies that we are partners and clients, they're very much siloed in what they know. And we take this approach of wanting to, you know, uh, consult and help our clients in a far broader sense of the word. So just to make sure that we show that we can understand everything that goes on in marketing and not just only social media or only product development or only marketing intelligence. And as part of that, we launched the starter program, and Jack is part of it, which is great. Yeah. So how's it been for you so far?
Yeah, it's been very good, very educational. I mean, when you kind of come across something like this online, you never really know when you start if it's going to be like a glorified intern or actually something like, serious, And so I was very happy to come here and actually learn that it is actually a very broad, very project-based, very educational kind of program.
Yeah.
It's like, so when I came in, maybe I was worried that I'm going to be sitting in on the meetings, making the coffee, but I'm actually, I have my hands on like a lot of different projects that are very wide reaching and very different from each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like I'm doing the same thing for 3 or 4 different projects. I'm doing the social media for one thing. I'm doing Google ads, keywords on another thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the breadth of the tasks are also growing organically. So I don't feel at all that I'm like coming here doing the runt work, but I feel like I'm actually kind of participating and adding to the project.
You are. That's okay. Well, that's so cool to hear because we've never had real sort of interns in the company, and the starter program also to us isn't an internship program. It's a traineeship more than anything else. So we have always aimed to in the batches of people that have started to make sure that people have some working experience, that they know what they're getting into, that they have maybe potentially a field that they already feel passionate about.
Yeah.
And it's that's also why it's a lot more than that. Did you have like one of those like clear passions in digital or in marketing or something else before?
Well,
joining?
prior to coming here, I had a lot of experience working with Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And that would have been like the day-to-day kind of logistical side of Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
So when I came here, I was really excited to see the kind of the advertising behind it, or the actual marketing behind it, because everything I got at the place where I worked previously was kind of already given to me and just upload it and just make sure we have enough things in stock. But now I get to sit in on like the actual brand strategies and actual meetings about how do we move forward, how do we make a brand kind of come to life online, and then to actually see it grow from there. That's exciting. That's really cool.
That's very cool. Yeah. So do you have any favorite like topics already now that you've started working on, or is there one thing that you say, oh, it's nice that that's part of the starter program, but I really never want to do that again if this would be my full-time job?
Well, not really, because everything kind of works together. It kind of comes together as a kind of a mosaic of marketing, basically. So you have like, if you want to do it properly, you have to know how to do like Google AdWords. You need to know how the keywords function in order to kind of be able to maneuver in kind of different places and in different avenues.
Mm-hmm.
So there's nothing really I'm like, oh, I'm really kind of bored of this, but like you move forward, and then you organically and gradually see how things kind of all kind of play together.
Yeah, that's cool. Do you know how far are you in the program now, and what is still to come, or what have you done, and what is still to come?
I'm starting in my 3rd month now, so, as of August, and what I've been doing right now has been a mix of kind of like back end keyword kind of searches, kind of like updating that kind of stuff. Also, creating reports and analyzing them for the team, as well as also customer facing social media posts, as well as kind of monitoring the social media stats, and responding to comments, and responding to messages online. So a very wide thing. And now, like, all of that is also kind of slowly and gradually and organically kind of growing into kind of more responsibility, basically, where it started with updating keywords, and that has moved to, well, we're starting my own campaign online using Google AdWords. So
very interesting. I just have so when we started developing the program like a year and a half ago, we always thought that it was mostly about sharing knowledge internally. What is the knowledge flow like when working with other people in the group, or how?
Well, everything goes through the Slack. So even on projects that I'm not a part of, I can see how things are moving, how things are changing, and even on projects where I'm only kind of started, I can read back and where it was 6 months ago, what projects were done then, what goals were achieved then, and what the current goals are, what the long-term goals are, and you can see how that kind of moves as well. So aside from like my own projects that I'm working on, I can see how the whole company kind of moves, and how everything's kind of growing, how new customers are coming, and how new projects are being started.
Cool. So was it one thing that you found in any of the other channels that really surprised you, where you thought, okay, I would have never looked into that before?
Yeah, well, I think, it's kind of the GANT classic is VegDog.
Yeah.
I was very, very surprised to see that how massive it is, especially on Amazon. And it was also kind of coming from kind of an Amazon background. It was also kind of crazy to see like how rapidly it grew, how it kind of exploded really over the past 6 months, and that was through our work, basically.
Yeah, as well. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, they have a very. It's also nice when we've built up this sort of like infrastructure and organizations within the teams that we work with. So there's already quite a bit of knowledge within the group there as well around Amazon itself. But we've helped them guide and take care of the operational topics to launch it for sure. Yeah. Okay. That's so cool. Very good. Is there something that you would like to, I don't know, that you could say to someone else who would like to join, or could you, like, who should not get into this, or is this is this for everyone who would like to do something in marketing?
I don't think there's anybody well, unless you have a degree in marketing, then you don't need to come, obviously. But
Yeah.
I think it's really like, even with other people who did the program before, there's such a huge amount of diversity in different people's backgrounds, and like what they've done before, and how they came into GANT, and what they're working on then and now, and how they've moved on. Everybody does a presentation of their 6 months at GANT, and then even then you can see, oh, that person started here and like did all this, and kind of is now, when I came, they were moving on here, So I think it's really open for anyone. I think anybody who's interested in in marketing and wants to kind of do it, and there's very little kind of a barrier to entry.
That's cool.
I found.
Yeah. So one thing, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we probably are. So we are starting to open up the program also to some of our clients. that we've been working with for a longer period of time, because especially sometimes we work on a project and we try to accelerate a certain part of the business and help them grow that part of the business digitally quickly. But we need to make sure that the organizations are able to do it themselves at some point. Now, sometimes it's easy to hire people to do it, and other times it's better to train them on to make sure that they know exactly what they're getting into before they go onto the team. So we've had some work on the job in traineeships with our clients in the past, where we trained 1 or 2 people, and now in Q3 we'll be onboarding a few more from basically the outside in that work in other companies too. Do you think that's a good thing, or in addition to us, or is that going to be?
actually think that's kind of a genius kind of move, because coming also from being on the other side of working with the consultancy firm, you're always kind of tethered to them in a kind of a bad way, where it's like you always have to ask questions, you always have to kind of, how does this work, and then when someone new comes into your own company, you have to go through them to transfer the knowledge. So to have someone to come through GANT, to who will then do all the work with GANT with the customer, and then we'll be able to transfer all that knowledge onto the other company without losing any of the momentum or of any of the knowledge.
Yeah,
I think that's a really cool idea. I thought when I heard about that, I was like, yeah, it seems so obvious.
It's definitely an interesting. It's a next step in our evolution, I think, as well, in how we approach working out loud and sharing insights and education, and also our consulting services. So, yeah, well, it's good. It's really nice to hear that you're also excited about it. It's going to be a big test.
Yeah.
But cool. Is there anything else you'd like to ask me still around the project or the program or anything else? It's on camera, so you can run.
No, I think everything's good. Everything's clear. I mean, everything's so transparent. I think you always know what's coming and what's coming down the line and what everybody's working on. So
that's cool. Okay. Well, great. I'm really looking forward to your 6-month presentation and everything that's going on there.
Yeah.
And of course, being here in the office and spending the time together and learning as much as we can. Okay. Very good. Thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.